Hi guys, we just had an amazing night at IB. It was epic. So pretty much, the beginning of my night started with making some burgers, putting some hearts and crosses on them, and then I just started talking with people. And then I saw Valerie and Ashley talking to this guy, and I just sensed this really weird presence about him. He just wouldn't look us in the eyes or anything, and I sensed some really strong oppression. And the more I talked with him, the more he was just talking about how he's letting these spirits into his life, and how he sleeps only during the day and then comes out at night, and just mad oppression. And so I was like, hey bro, like, you like spiritual things, right? Like, how would you like to feel the Holy Spirit? You know, like, how would you like to feel like an amazing spirit? So I just had him put out his hands, and I just prayed that the Holy Spirit would come in and fill him and cast out all darkness. And immediately, like, he started looking me in the eyes again, and he started just I asked him for joy and just love to come into his life, because he was telling me about all this stuff in his life. And I prayed for joy to come into him. We both started just laughing, just uncontrollably. It was so much fun. So then we walked down the street a little bit, and that's when I met this guy named Armin, and he came up to me and he was just looking for directions, and he was looking for a street, and I was like, yeah bro, like, I'll help you find it. And he's like, man, you're such a blessing. And I was like, yeah, I guess you could call me a blessing. And then he starts telling me all this stuff about his life, just telling me about his parents and how his dad got cancer and how his family's lost everything. And pretty much he's like, I've been waiting 3 years for somebody to tell me that Jesus, that everything's gonna be alright, that God's here, and that everything's gonna be alright. And so we walked down the street, and by that time it was 1, and he's like, oh, I don't even want to go find my friends anymore. And so we walked back to the Jesus Burgers house, and I was like, oh, let's get my jacket, but it was really just to get him inside, because I knew that if he just came inside, he would just get so radically blessed by my whole family, you know. And so we come inside, and he's just telling the whole story, everything he had just told me to everyone, and I was just praying and just so excited that what was going on. And then everybody started getting words from him and started praying for him. He just got filled with the Holy Spirit. He's just whoa, it was crazy. It was so funny. And he's like, I'm going to tell everybody about this. He's like, this night changed my whole entire life. Changed my whole entire life. He kept on saying that all the way until we walked all the way back. And then we were just hanging out with him back there. And then I realized that I had a ring in my pocket. It was an extra ring that I don't really wear. And it's just, we were talking to him about the prodigal son, that story, and how Jesus just puts a ring on your finger. And I was like, here bro, take this ring. You can have this, so that way you can always remember this night. And at first he wouldn't take it, and I was like, no bro, you can take it. And so he put it on, and I was like, it's got waves on it, it's like water, it's renewing you, it's it's making you clean. And then right after that, as we were talking to him, these two guys almost start getting in a fight. And so we're like, oh no, this is bad. So we go over there, and he called us over because he said that we just looked like peaceful people. So he called us over, and we came over, and it was this guy, and he was with 2 girls, and I just got to talk to this guy named Joe, and we just got to talk, and it turns out he's a Christian, and I just really got to encourage him, and he was just really encouraging me too. He's a theater major, and he's just got the most beautiful heart. Honestly, he just loves people, and just it was so amazing to talk with him, and just got to encourage him, got to pray for him, and just got to really love on this guy who says he's a Christian, and just really, I feel just needs encouragement. And we were just praying, declaring that he'd get dreams tonight, and that he'd just feel the love of God. And yeah, he definitely, he knows Jesus. You know, he came from the same background I did, cocaine addiction, and it was just amazing to just hear his testimony and hear someone else that had come out of the same thing, and that Jesus had really saved, and he really understood Jesus' grace. And it was just an amazing night. We walked back, and yeah, God's just amazing. He did amazing things tonight, and literally changed someone's life for forever. You know, Armin's life is changed forever. You know, like, and he wasn't even supposed to come up to Santa Barbara. Like, we're only up in Santa Barbara for tonight, and it was just such a divine appointment that, like, the Lord, 3 years in the making. This was a divine appointment, 3 years in the making, and, like, we were in the place, and, like, it was just us just being who we were, who God created us to be, and we got to really affect and change this guy's life forever.
Yay.